Okay. Hello. Hello. I believe I am
Hello.
streaming.
Hello.
Oh, I can hear myself. Hold on. I gotta fix
believe
that
I
nonsense right
am
this instant.
Streaming.
Oh, I can. There we go. Okay. Cool. Oh, there's a bit of a, not lag, just delay, which is good. That's fine. Hello. I'm Kane. I am new to the whole streaming business. So let me explain what I'm going to be doing here. Because I know nobody's in the room right now, nobody's watching me, that's fine. But I am going to be uploading this to YouTube. So if you are watching this on YouTube, let me explain what I'm doing here. I'm interested in game development, and there are so many indie developers coming out with games. I figured it would be a good idea for me to go and test out some new indie games and figure out what works, what doesn't. Number one, for me. Number two, for those developers. Once I'm done streaming, or probably I should have said this or sent out messages before I started streaming, but either way, before, no, afterwards I'll let the developers know that I have streamed, and I have streamed me playing their games. So that does two things. Number one, it lets me play games that are new and maybe innovative and gets me some ideas about what works and what doesn't in games. And more than that, it tells the developers, or it shows the developers somebody actually playing their games, which I feel like is probably more useful than, somebody just writing a review about their game, right? Somebody could say they don't like the art style or they thought it was confusing, but if the developer watches somebody actually play the game, they can see the way that they're actually interacting with it, like in real time. And I guess in that way, I'm sort of becoming just a tester for these indie developers. So let's kind of get into it. Number one, I'm going to turn on my desktop capture. There we go. That's fun to look at. Now, I am going through the itch system, itch.io itch. Of course, if you are one of the developers watching this, of course you already know that because that's where your game is being hosted, or at least one of the places it's being hosted. If you don't know about itch, it's a big indie. It's like Steam, but for indie games, and some of those games get popular, and that's fine. Now, what I'm not going to be doing is I'm not going to be playing any of these popular games that you might see on the screen right now. Right? Yes, that is displaying. It should be. Right? So latest featured games, right? They're featured, right? For a reason. They're probably good. I get that. I don't need to play a game that we all know is good because, again, I'm trying to figure out what works and what doesn't work. So what I need to do is I need to figure out a better way to do this. So instead of latest featured games, I'm just going to go to view all, new and popular featured games, new and popular. New is good, popular is not. They're popular for a reason. I don't really need to double down on the fact that people like them. So instead, let's go down to most recent. Okay. There we go. Most recent. No, hold on. We're still at latest featured. I don't like that. So just games. There we go. Just games, new popular, top sellers. Nope, most recent games. Latest games. There we go. Nothing else but that. You know what? I did some tests this morning, and already there were... Okay, cool. There are 6 new games just from when I started testing this morning. So, there are a lot of games here constantly being uploaded. Some of these are good, some of these are bad. Some of these look like they're not really anything at all. Some are just videos or GIF images that are like being uploaded as, I don't know. The point is, I went through this list of latest, most recent games, and I came up with, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them that I'm going to play. Some of them visually look interesting to me. Some of them don't. I just want a nice even mix. I'm assuming that a lot of these are going to be short, which is why I have 5 kind of up and ready to go. Also, I am broadcasting from OBS. Here we go, OBS. My computer has an NVIDIA graphics card. That shouldn't normally be a problem. I mean, it works just fine. However, I'm not allowed to record my screen and windows and also full screen games at the same time. I have to manually change the NVIDIA graphics setting on my computer through OBS versus what it will record. So all of these are going to be windowed games. No full screen. Maybe next time I do this, will be full screen. All full screen games, and then we won't have any desktop capture. But this time, all windowed games. And if it seems like I'm having some trouble with display or audio or things, that's probably true. Because I am new to this. And you know what? I have all the default settings on OBS. I haven't really changed anything. If it turns out that this is terrible, the quality could be better, I will fix that. And maybe next week it will be better. The plan is that I will be streaming from, 10 o'clock. Well, it's about 9:51 where I am right now. So that should be about 9 o'clock in Central Time. Should probably be 8 o'clock on the West Coast. Anyway, so my plan is I'm going to be streaming at 10 o'clock every Sunday. I'm going to be doing the same thing. Testing indie games, talking about them, playing them, figuring out what works, what doesn't, what I like, what I don't like. Am I going to be the target demographic for all the games that I'm playing, for all the developers? Maybe not. Maybe I won't be the type of player that they wanted to attract at all. I can't help who I am, but I'm going to do my best to be objective and helpful for anybody who, is making games. One of the games on my list today is currently still in development, according to the tags. The rest are just published. So maybe I'll focus a little bit more on in development games in the future. Whoops. Anywho. So let's get started. The first one that I'm going to be playing is called... Gosh, I don't know. This one. No. What's one I really don't like? Substitute Teacher. This one I don't like. Just off the bat, I don't like it. It doesn't sound like something I would want to play. Let me read the description for you. A fun and casual game made in 48 hours, wherein the player plays the role of a substitute teacher trying to survive a single period, being in charge of the naughtiest class in the school. How long can you last against the unruly mob? I don't like this for a few reasons. Number one, just visually, that screenshot tells me nothing about the game. Two, it says it was made in 48 hours. I know there are a lot of game jam games that are very good that are made in a short amount of times. This looks pretty basic. It looks like we're just going to be playing in a square. And also, the game mechanics, just be a substitute teacher and disciplining a classroom doesn't sound interesting to me because I am also a teacher. That's my job. I'm a teacher, so I don't really want to be playing a game that simulates my actual job. But, it's a very interesting and unique sort of subject. I haven't seen a game that does this, so I figured I might as well give it a shot. So last time I turned this game on to test it, it was very loud, so hopefully I don't make that mistake this time. So let's turn off the display capture. Boom. I'm going to turn this other window on, which should work for this. Okay. There we go. Alright, so it looks like it's displaying accurately. Let's just make sure the volume is correct. I think I could probably be a little bit quieter. Just pull it down just a little bit. And I'm going to turn my actual computer volume down because that's drilling into my skull. Alright, so let's go ahead and play this game. So number one, yeah, a lot of squares, a lot of really, really simple shapes. No difference between any of the student models. I'm not going to worry about options or credits or help or anything. I'm just going to see what I can do. Commence class. Okay. Eating, phone, sleeping, I don't know what that is. Sleeping, is a question? This is what am I supposed to be doing? That's talking. That's late. Reading, good. Sleeping, eating. I don't know if reading is bad. Sleeping, eating, sleep. Okay. Is that a question? Late? Okay. Question. Nope. Okay, so that's a question. That's good. That's late, which means I don't understand what that means. Okay. So that was I'm fired. Okay. So two things. Number one, this background music is from The Witcher. So, you know, copyright issue right there. It takes me immediately out of the situation because this does not, to me, sound at all like what a classroom would sound like. It is from The Witcher game, which is a fantasy role-playing game. And if it's not from The Witcher, I apologize. I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure this is from The Witcher. So that's problem number one. Because, you know, if I go back to the menu screen, it sounds like an actual audio recording of grade school? Kindergarten? Middle school? Definitely not high school. Very, very high-pitched voices. It sounds like an actual audio recording of school. So even though the graphics weren't there, I was expecting that the audio was going to be at least realistic, right? Make the audio realistic to combat the issue with the graphics being not there. Also, they all have eraser heads, right? They look like pencils. Okay, so again, I'm going to commence class. I'm going to point out another issue. It immediately gets me started, right? No tutorial, which is fine. So this is hand and book. I guess that's bad. Feeding, eating, like fork, knife, and plate. That tells me they're eating. That sounds bad. I don't know what handing off a book means. Wow, that was fast. So also, this does not really give the experiences of a substitute teacher, because, wow, if like 3 people end up on their phones in a single class period causes you to get fired, there wouldn't be any teachers. So I see that the game is continuing even though I have actually been fired. So that's a programming thing, right? Like there isn't really an end screen. This is just an overlay on top of the screen. So it's actually still probably calculating damage, right? So I'm probably at like negative 18 hearts by this point. But anyway, there's no tutorial level. There's nothing that says this is good or this is bad. And everything is like the same gray color, which is good because I think that's probably to alert me to... No. I think the fact that everything is gray is to make it more challenging, right? The fact that everything is the same shades of gray tells me that I need to pay attention to what the symbols are and not the fact that there's a symbol there at all. But I don't know what's what. So I'm going to go back to the menu and see if there is a way to learn this. Options. Sound and music. No. Okay. Credits. The font choice is awful for this. I can't read what this says down at the very bottom. Here I see Ashwin, Nithya, Chethan. I can't read that. Roa. And I have no idea what the bottom one is. So anyway, I have no idea who made this game. Bad font color choice based on the floor. Help. There's the help. Okay, innocent actions are reading, borrowing a book, doubt, and discussion. Okay. Punishment actions are eating, talking, latecomer, using a phone, and sleeping. Okay. So I guess it was easy enough for me to find. There weren't very many ways for me to not find that, so I'm happy that there's a help option. So let's see if I can play this game now that I know what I'm looking for. 5 hearts. Borrowing a book. Good. Talking. Not good. Doubt. Eating. Discussion. Talking. Eating. Sleeping. Latecomer. Borrowing book. Reading. Talking. Sleeping. Sleeping. Talking. Latecomer. Eating. Latecomer. Sleeping. It feels like it's really gone a little bit slower paced. Feels like once you start losing, it gets a lot faster. I don't remember having these like moments of, you know, nothing to do. Hey, I clicked on you. I cannot get over this music. I cannot get over this like medieval tavern music. Why are there so many people like showing up late to my class? No, you were just borrowing a book. My fault. That's okay. You know, you can't get them all or something. Hey, get back here. Eating. I know I've clicked on a few people that were incorrect, but I haven't lost any hearts yet. I know I've missed some people too. So what in the world? How did I lose hearts so quickly last time? I know I've missed some people. Alright, so what actually kills me? What hurts me? Oh, shoot. So clicking on the incorrect people doesn't hurt me. Okay, I'm gonna click on everyone who's doing the thing. Okay, no. One thing at a time. Let's not... I'm gonna ignore eat, man. I'm gonna ignore phone, ignore eat, ignore talking, ignore... Oh, I see. So, like, they're slowly draining me. Okay, they're slowly draining my health. Right? It's not a matter of I miss 5 people and I'm dead. It's, my health is slowly being drained. So, it feels like, in that case, I'm uncertain how many people I can miss before I die. So... Well, that's weird then, because I don't want it to be hearts then, because I lose 1 heart at a time, but it seems random to me when the heart is, like, depleted. We could at least do the Zelda thing, right, where, like, the hearts become smaller and smaller. Or we should have, like, a health bar, where every person who gets past me depletes me just a little bit. Because I don't know how well I'm doing. I've got the score here at the top. I've got 85 points. Alright, so eating gone. Those 2 gone. Latecomer. Eating. It seems like the latecomers are the only ones that actually hurt me. So I'm going to let you go. Wait a minute. Are the latecomers the only ones that kill me? Hold on. Now I have to test this. I'm only going to ignore the latecomers. Latecomer 1 killed me. Latecomer 2 took a full heart. Latecomer. Okay, a latecomer takes an entire heart away from me. So now what I'm going to do is I'm only going to click on latecomers. Alright, I'm only going to click on latecomers.
Hi there, my name is Ronnie, and today I'm going to do
Okay. So that talker took a heart out. Phone. Phone took a heart out. Sleep, latecomer, eating, 2, discussion, phone. Phone took a heart. Alright, so I guess everything does take a heart. I don't know why then it felt like it wasn't. Okay. So anyway, it's interesting. I mean, it's unique in the fact that I don't know if there are any other games that are about like disciplining students in a classroom. I'm not thrilled about the mechanics of it though. I'm trying to think what's wrong with it. I guess I'm not... Okay, hold on. Let's, okay. I'm not motivated to do better, right? There's no purpose. My score goes up, so, I mean, it's got the Pac-Man, like the arcade model of motivation. I want a higher score. But it doesn't seem like the difficulty was increasing at all. It seems a little bit like randomly generated. So I had a few moments where, you know, I could sit down and look at the screen and nothing happened, versus there was a few moments where there were like 5 things on the screen all at once. So that seems like it was kind of randomly generated issues, which is okay. But it didn't get any more or less difficult. It stayed the same sort of random difficulty the entire time, whether I had 14 points, 0, or 88. So, you know, the difficulty didn't increase, right? So if I was doing well at 14, as long as I don't fall asleep, I should be doing well at 282. It doesn't seem like there is an end goal, right? Score is the whole point. Class is never going to end, right? I feel like an easy way to do this would to make like different levels. A substitute teacher teaches all sorts of things, right? Whether they're substituting for one single teacher all day long, or they pop from classroom to classroom. Either way, you don't have one class all day. You've got many classes in school throughout the day. So I feel like this would be a very, very easy game to make different levels for. English class, history class, math class. And the issues in each class could be different. You know, maybe in English class, you know, they're reading things that aren't relevant, or they're using books as like a block for their phone. Or in math class, maybe they're doing other homework. They're doing homework that looks like math, like physics or something. Again, I think that's limited to... I think the graphics are going to be limiting that option, but you could definitely have different levels. And anyone who's ever been in a school, which should be most, will know that there are certain times in the day that are more difficult to deal with students than others. You know, right before and right after lunch are bad. The very last class of the day can be bad. The first class of the day, kids are tired, right? So, I mean, just by time of the day, different classes, you could have different levels, you could have different difficulty. And at the end of the day, you could get paid, right, for, I don't know, how good of a job you did, how well you did. Right now, I'm not motivated. I've played this game, and it feels like I've played every part of this game that is available to me. I mean, it was made in 48 hours. I can appreciate that. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of time left to include anything. Right? They didn't have all the time available to them to actually make any of these changes. But if they were going to develop this game further, you know, I would recommend those things, right? I need a new sense of motivation, because I'm already done with the game. I'm probably, if it stays like it is, there's no reason for me to ever pick this game back up, right? But if we have different classes, different schedules, like a pay grade So maybe I could buy, you know, maybe teacher's assistants that will like help me like click on things or something. You could turn it into like a clicker game, I guess, or I feel like a first-person game would work best for this, right? Because, hold on, if you look, you see the teacher with the tie is facing the computer screen, which I'm assuming means this is where the blackboard or the whiteboard is, right? So, wow, holy criminy, I lost 4 hearts in 3 seconds. See, there's another issue with the random stuff. Anyway, the point is, teacher's facing the front, so generally speaking, I shouldn't be able to even notice any of this nonsense happening in the back here. This game would be a lot better if it was first person. Not necessarily like first person like I'm manually controlling the camera, but you could even do first person in the vein of, you know, Five Nights at Freddy's, right? Where like you have to like click a button and your character turns around real quick, right? Like you could have just like 2 solid views, right? When you're at the board teaching, and when you click the button to turn around and face the class, right? Anyway, it's a very interesting concept. I don't think I've seen this done before, but there are a lot of things that I feel are kind of lacking. I'm not even worried about like the graphics. They work. They're fine for what they are. The music is distracting. I love The Witcher. I love the music in The Witcher. This is not the game for Witcher music. There are a lot of free, there's free music. There's free music to be found on the internet, like royalty free. You didn't need to like rip the music from like the soundtrack from The Witcher. I mean, especially The Witcher, right? It's such a popular game. Like, obviously someone's gonna notice this. Anyway. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be done with Substitute Teacher. Okay, that's it for Substitute Teacher. Whoops, I keep hitting my microphone in the way. Anybody like that ASMR of me drinking from a water bottle? Okay, so what game do I have next? What game do I have next? Alright, so that was Substitute Teacher. Back to my library. So, okay. The next game I've got is Deadeye Defender. I will read that description. Deadeye Defender is a survival-based defense game. Actually, you know what? They spelled it with a C, so that tells me that they're probably not American, right? Defense with a C is like the European, British way to spell that. Game wherein the player needs to hold out against an entire army of soldiers till the King's Legion arrives. Not that that matters, them being British. Just something to notice. I like English, I like language, yada yada. You are a fabled archer capable of whittling down enemies from afar and devastating them with an array of powerful spells that complement your skill set. Hold your ground. Deadeye Defender is a touch-based physics game. The player will have to touch and drag anywhere on the screen to control the bow and manipulate the power of the draw. Lift the finger to release the arrow in the appropriate trajectory, controlled with real-time physics. Spell icons can be touched to be activated and functions in tandem with the base controls. Oh, this was published 6 hours ago, so this is a very recent release. Different spells can be purchased and upgraded, using currency obtained from slaying your enemies to add variation to the gameplay styles and increased survivability. Touch and drag, manipulate bow angle and string draw power, release finger to release the arrow. I mean, it's weird that you would put the word finger, since this was released on the computer as well. Anyway, you know, finger / mouse would have been better. There are a few typos I see. Not important. Spell icons. Okay, anyway, we get it. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my display. And I'm going to pull up Deadeye Defender in windowed mode because I need to. There we go. I know there's a lot of black on the edge of the screen. But But again, it's windowed mode, and it doesn't actually have the same aspect ratio. So even if I was to just make the screen wider, it wouldn't really change anything. So anyway, let's get into it. So number one, the... Oof, okay. Let's actually minimize this just a little bit because I can't see a dang thing on the... Shoot. Can I not change the... Oh, I can't actually change the size of this. Whatever, that's fine. So, 0 XP, credits, upgrades, start. The menu screen is boring. But, based on the description I read and the title screen images that I'm seeing, this is a tower defense game. I don't play a lot of tower defense games, so I don't know exactly what to expect, but this looks literally like a tower defense. I have a tower, I'm defending it. So it's really taking that genre, that mechanic, and just really running with it. Immediately starts. How do I do this? It's inverted. That's interesting. Whoop. That's wrong. Wait. Wait. What the heck am I doing? Okay, I'm going to drag to the right. There's nothing. Drag to the left. Okay. Okay, there we go. So, the interesting thing about whatever I'm doing right now is that is just really not intuitive to me. Ha, that should not have killed that guy. Controls are very odd. Okay. He's at my gate. Okay, so maybe the fact that I'm controlling... Okay, you can see the cursor on my screen, right? Wow. Well, hold on. Actually, now that they're all there, I want to see... Where's my health? Wow, they just keep coming. Okay, interesting to me that I, don't have a health bar for my castle door. Wow, they just keep coming. So again, the game doesn't end. This is just an overlay menu on top of the screen, just like in Substitute Teacher, where the game is just continually doing things. Wow, that is kind of trippy to look at down there. Anyway, back to menu. I've got 30 experience, though. How much do things cost? Frost arrows, fire arrows, lightning arrows. So, frost arrows cost 100 XP. But none of the other ones tell me how much they cost. So I can click on this. Frost arrow unlock. Nothing happens. Fire arrow unlock. Nothing. 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 So it doesn't tell me how much XP any of this costs. I only know how much the frost arrow costs. So I guess that just means all of them cost 100. Anyway. I wonder if this game was made specifically for the... like a smartphone. Because, okay, I don't know. I'm controlling... You can see the mouse, I think. I'm pretty sure you can see the mouse. And if not, I'll... Here's the problem. I'm like in the center of the screen. I click. I pull back. There's 1 dot, 2 dots. Like from the center of the screen all the way to the very edge of my screen, I get 2 dots. If I go all the way to the very right edge of the window and pull back to the very edge of my entire screen, I get 3 dots. So, I mean... there's just a lot of space. I need a lot of space to get, like, the amount of draw I need to actually do any damage to these guys. Also, clicking in the middle, and I move my cursor up, the arrow goes down. I move my arrow down, the arrow goes up. Sorry, I should be a little bit more clear. I click my cursor in the center of the screen. I move my cursor, I move up, the arrow points down. I move my cursor down, the arrow points up. So, it's interesting. Whoops. It's like flight control, right? A lot of games that do like the inverted controls for the y-axis, right? It's like flying, which I don't understand why. I'm not entirely certain why. Oh, you know what? I know why. I know why it's inverted. It's because I start at the wrong side of the arrow. Because the idea is that I click at the arrow and then I pull back, right? And there's an arc. I should be playing this game from behind the arrow. And I need a lot more room for that. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to quit this. I'm going to change the window size so that I can pull the screen all the way to the other side of my desktop. Currently it was at 1680 by 1050. Let's make that as small as possible. Well, okay, maybe not as small as possible. Let's do 800 by 600. There we go. That's a nice small window. Wow, the OBS screen is very small. I'm going to go ahead and just make that bigger for you guys. Okay. So I'm only displaying the screen, the window, not the desktop and everything. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should. Let's turn this off for a second. Okay, and let me just show you what my display capture looks like. Okay. So, I've got the thing all the way over here, right? Because the arrow, the tower is going to be over this way. I can't see it, which is concerning because I think that might be a resolution issue, an aspect ratio issue. I might need to change that. But the idea is I'm going to have my screen all the way over here because I need to have my mouse all the way over here to do anything useful. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and turn the desktop display captured off, turn this one back on, and let's see what I've got. Oh, yeah. I can't even see the thing anymore. Okay. Not good. Not good. All right, so this is probably something that the developer wasn't thinking about. That the screen resolution size is detrimental to the gameplay itself. All right, let's do 1024/768. I still can't see the arrow. All right, still can't see the arrow. Just gonna close that. Let's try 1280 1024. I still cannot see the arrow. That would be impossible to play. This might be a game that I need to play in full screen mode. I don't think the developer planned for this game to be in windowed mode. Or, at least they didn't think about how the screen resolution would affect the actual ability to play the game. So, alright, let's just play it with the largest window possible, which I think is what I had originally. 1680, 1050. And I can see the arrow again. Alright. I can see the arrow. But you know what? I wonder if the reason I can't see... Alright. This is going to not look good for the stream. Oh, geez. That's way zoomed in now. Sorry. My fault. I wasn't paying attention to the fact that the window size changed the actual display capture. My fault. So anyway, in another way, this is not going to look good on the screen for the stream. But I'm going to go and close this, and I just want to see if it being in windowed mode is making the game hard to play. So I'm going to turn this to full screen mode instead. Close that. And it's going to be a black screen for you guys for just a moment. I'm not going to actually play the game while it's on a black screen for you. That's stupid. I just want to see if it works a little bit better. So I'm just going to take like a minute here to run this as a full screen game. So if you can see this, cool. I can't really switch back and forth to OBS. Well, actually, here, I don't know. Maybe you can see this. You might be able to see this. Yeah, but I don't have enough. I still don't have enough room. I have to pull my mouse from all the way in the back. And then... I feel like I definitely need more room on the left side of the tower for this to function appropriately. Okay, anyway, I'm not 100% sure that that's showing up on screen accurately, so I'm just going to go back to windowed mode for it because it didn't change anything as far as the gameplay. It's the same exact view screen. You know, and just, it was a black edge instead of it being windowed. So, cool. Alright. I need more room on the left side of the screen. I don't know if that's an issue with screen resolution. I don't know if that's an issue with it being played on Windows. Not windowed mode, I just mean like PC. And I don't know if that means that maybe this game really was designed for a phone game. Like it says on the... in the description when it says swipe your finger or a touchpad. So, I mean, you know, I'm not playing this on an iPad, I'm not playing this on a smartphone, I'm not playing this on anything but a PC. So, I guess this might not be good feedback for you, developers of Deadeye Defender, which actually, you know what? Credits. Ashwin K. Wait a minute. Was Ashwin K the same person from Substitute Teacher? I don't know. I'll have to check. So, Ashwin K. This might not be useful to you, since I'm not playing this on a touch screen. The description in your game very clearly says it's a touch-based physics game. The cursor is simulating the touch aspect of it, so maybe this isn't very useful for you. But I'm still going to try it anyway. So, I'm at 110 experience. So let's see if I can... I know the Frost Arrow. I know the Frost Arrow costs 100 XP. So let's see if that's true for all the other arrows as well, because they are not actually listed. Okay. No. Fire Arrow, I can't click on. Lightning Arrow, can't click on. Triple Knock, can't click on. Pentaknock, can't click on. Frost Arrow. Frost Arrow I can click on. Okay. So I still have no idea how much the other ones cost. I just know that it's more than 110. So maybe it's 200, 300, 400, 500. That's really the only thing I can think of. So I guess I'm going to aim for 200 and see what I can unlock at that point. Also, there's no sound. You guys are not missing anything as far as that goes. There's just no sound. No sound at all. No music, no sound effects, no nothing. Right? There's no options to change anything either. So anyway, see now this game, again, I don't recommend taking music from games that already exist, but this game is a game that actually suits the Witcher audio aesthetic a lot more. Minus the fact that you don't own the game audio. You don't own the rights to it. So right, my goal here is to get like 200 points so I can actually see if I can start unlocking things. So I mean, the good thing about this game is that once you get the hang of it, it is a little bit more intuitive than I gave it credit for at the offset. Once I stop trying to put my cursor in the middle of the screen and start pulling my draw from the very right side, then things become a little bit easier. I also like the fact that... Whoops. Come on. I also like the fact that there is some measure of gravity to the arrows. Man, I'm just trying to keep them from breaking the gate. It doesn't stop. Okay, again, I'm having a little bit of difficulty trying to aim right at the door. Holy criminy, there are a lot of people here. Alright, so, problems I'm seeing. Again, I've got no health bar. I have no idea how much damage any of these guys are doing. I can see that some of them are wearing helmets now, which I guess means, okay, things are getting more difficult. There are more people showing up, which makes it more difficult. But, gosh, we're not talking about waves. We're not talking about levels. We're just talking about just endless stream. I guess I could actually just sit here and wait, right? Because the waves show up in the fact that we've got normal people, people with helmets, people with axes, helmets, and armor, right? I could just sit here and that would continue and continue. So, anyway, so that's how I did with just arrows. Fine. I've had ice arrows. Let's see. Anyway, problems again. I've got no health bar. I have no health bar. There's no indication of waves. Right, this is the first wave. This is the first level. I like games to tell me, that I've done well. I like to have a moment to breathe. I've never been a fan of play till you die games. I want that feeling of, victory. I want to be able to say, like, man, the first level's easy, the second level it gets a little bit tougher, but man, I am really struggling with that third level. And then when I beat that third level, I'm like, hooray, I'm thrilled about it. I'm not quite thrilled about this yet. Also, if you miss one person, you're basically done. Wait a minute. Is that an ice arrow? What did it do? What does that do? What is the difference? Let's do this. No. No. Gotta do this again. What is the point of the ice arrow? Because a normal arrow will kill a guy in one hit. And the ice arrow hit a guy and killed him in one hit. And then the next guy who walked over him didn't do anything. And then I shot an arrow into the ground and it didn't do anything. Whoops. Also, if you like get like let one guy get past you, you're playing catch up this entire game. Oh my criminy. Alright. I feel like this game could use some automatic aspect of it. Like an upgrade that is, you know, shoots its own arrow every once in a while. That could be an automatic upgrade for you. What the hell? It's also without sound. There's no sound effects. There's no music. It's a little dull. Right? Like not even a dunk. Not even like you hurt the guy and he goes like, ugh. There's nothing. There's nothing at all. There's no sound effects. Why not? Music is one thing. You know, if you for some reason are very determined to not. Okay, hold on. Let's see what Ice Arrow does in this group. Okay. But why? He's frozen, but why? How long does he stay frozen? He's not blocking anybody. He's as dead as a guy who would be shot with a normal arrow. He's equally as dead. And the ice doesn't block anybody. I'm having trouble understanding what the point of the ice arrow is. Why wouldn't I just shoot normal arrows? Okay, I've got 300 experience. And again, nothing tells me how much it costs. There's nothing here that tells me anything about cost. Except, here's something interesting. The frost arrow is unlockable again. I feel like that's a programming thing, right? Like we've already purchased this, right? And it recorded that while I was on the upgrade screen, but I left the upgrade screen. I came back in, and now all of a sudden, like, I can purchase the Frost Arrow again, which I don't think I understand the purpose of since I already own it, right? Frost Arrow should not be able to be purchased again, unless for some reason I'm allowed to just infinitely buy Frost Arrows so that I never have to worry about a cooldown. That seems like a strange mechanic. Anyway, I've got 300 experience, so I should be able to buy something. Fire arrows. No. Lightning arrows. No. Triple knock? Nope. Penta knock? No. So that tells me either two things. Either I still don't have enough to buy them, or it hasn't been programmed yet, which is why it doesn't say anything about how much experience it costs. Or it's a programming thing where they never actually input an experience requirement, and even though it's all programmed in, it's not actually programmed in that I can purchase it. Right? So something is wrong here. Either it's, you know, the weapons aren't programmed in, or the buttons aren't programmed correctly, or I just don't have enough money, experience, and it's not telling me that. But since I do have enough experience for what looks like 3 frost arrows, let's see if I can buy more and really just clutter my screen with frost arrows. Okay. No. I already have frost arrows. So I don't get 2 frost arrows, I just get 1 frost arrow. And now I've lost an experience. 100 experience I lost. So, apparently it's very easy for you to just lose experience by clicking these buttons. That's not great news. Oh, see, it works now. See, if I go from upgrades to the menu, back to the menu, back to upgrades, I can do that back and forth all day long, and the unlock never changes. Right? I can't continue to buy frost arrows. So that's correctly done. But if I start a game, so let's test this. If I start a game and I die and go back to the upgrades, it should still retain the fact that I purchased frost arrows, and it shouldn't let me buy any more. But I'm thinking that the game doesn't record all that nonsense if I turn the game off, like close the window. Right? So there's an issue with the programming in that sense, because I need this game to remember what I've done between sessions. It remembers my experience points, it remembers that I have frost arrows, but the shop, the upgrade shop, is not remembering it as well. Okay, the good news is I am getting slightly better at this game, and it is fun. I do enjoy the fact that now I'm getting better at it. Now that I'm hitting people pretty consistently, this doesn't feel as overwhelming as before. So it's only taken me, I don't know, several games to get the hang of it. Kind of. Whoop, spoke too soon. Spoke way too soon. Alright, let's do a frost arrow at the group. Nope. Okay, see, cool. Do you see the one sword over there by the door? The frozen guy? He's frozen. He's not doing anything. But it's not blocking anybody. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. Okay, there's the problem. I can go from menu to upgrades and back and forth, and it remembers my unlock. But if I play a game and come back to the main menu, it does not remember my unlocks. So I can continually waste my money on frost arrows. And I still can't purchase the other 4. And I feel like I need these triple knocks and these penta knocks, because those swarms of people are going to be impossible to take down with one arrow at a time. Especially when I'm like pulling my mouse from one edge of my screen to the other. You know, it's not a quick process. Maybe it's easier on a tablet. Maybe it is. I don't know. Okay, so I like it. It's not a bad game. I don't know if it's different enough, though, from any other castle defense game. I don't know what the frost arrow does, right? Even if I go to upgrades and I read this, Misty Ice Shard Arrowhead. I think that was supposed to say Mystic. So there's an issue with proofreading, right? Even on the itch page description of the game, there were some typos. So it seems there's like a proofreading issue, and maybe that's probably an issue with the programming too. If you're not like double checking things, making sure it's all correct, maybe that's why some of this isn't working. You know, it's just got to go back over your product to make sure it's working correctly or reads correctly. So anyway, Mystic Ice Shard Arrowhead that freezes victim in place. Okay, why would I want to freeze a victim in place if I could just kill them instead? It doesn't block anybody. Like, it would make a lot more sense if I could freeze somebody and that would like block the group, and then they have to attack that ice block as if it was that door, and once they break the ice block, therefore killing the guy, then they can go forward, right? It gives you a breather. But just freezing one guy is no different than killing a guy. Fire arrows deals damage over time. That's probably good for those bigger guys that I didn't get a chance to get to. Lightning arrow. Aftershock, damaging everyone behind the victim. That sounds good because, gosh, there are a lot of people that show up after a while. And then triple knock and penta knock are pretty straightforward. Those sound like they would be good, but I can't buy them. Or maybe it only shows the cost if I have enough. I'm gonna see if I can get to 500, and if at that point I still can't buy anything, I'm just gonna like wipe my hands of it and say that there's just an issue with the upgrade system. But anyway, I don't know if there's enough in this game to differentiate it from any other castle defense game. I don't know if it's more inventive or less inventive. Again, I don't play very many castle defense games. Tower defense games, sorry. It just doesn't seem, I mean, for what it is, it works. I wish I had health. I wish the tower was further over to the right so I could have a little bit more control with my draw. There are a lot of things that I think could probably be better here. I got no issue with the graphics. It does remind me of like a Totally Accurate Battle Simulator and a lot of those other things, which I think might be the point. That might be the perfect aesthetic. That might be exactly what the developer was going for. Or maybe these are just like, you know, placeholder assets, right, until like the game gets better. I'm pretty sure this was not a prototype or a beta release. I'm pretty sure this was just like the end game. I don't know. Oh, let me try a frost arrow on these guys. Okay, he's frozen. Oh, come on. I just wanted that extra. Hey, there we go. I got 500 points. But again, the ice arrow does nothing. It just kills a guy. And if it never goes away, then the screen is going to get very crowded very quickly. Because I imagine if you're planning on doing very well with this game, you could go on for a long time, and that's just going to really drain, like, the, it's going to drain the system if you just have all these different assets on screen. Which I guess, you know what, I shouldn't complain, because there are about, like, 200 guys on screen right now. Anyway. So, 500 experience. Oh. I bought the triple knock. It didn't tell me that it costs 500, but apparently it did. Now I have 0 and the triple knock. Okay. So, let's just test that out. Okay. So now that I know that the upgrade system works, you know, it's not very clear. It's very much a guessing game how much everything costs, but hey, it works. And it looks to me like there is an issue with the screen resolution because that triple knocked arrow icon is way over on the left side and it's cut off. So I think there's really definitely an issue with the screen resolution here. I don't know if that's my fault or if it's a fault on the developer side. I cannot even begin to fathom what would the issue be on that front. Either way, I think I've gotten a decent amount of work done on this game. I could spend a lot more time working on those upgrades. I'm feeling a little bit more motivated to actually get those upgrades. Again, I wish there were waves. I wish there were levels. And I don't know if this is as interesting as it could be. Because it's a tower defense, and it is literally a tower defense game. There's a tower. I'm defending it. I feel like there are so many tower defense games, the aesthetic could have been changed to almost anything, and it would have made it a little bit more unique. Right? It doesn't need to be a tower per se. It doesn't need to be an arrow per se Doesn't need to be these simple polygonal guys that have no personality or difference between them except their weapons and armor. It works. It works for what it is. I'm not sure that this is a castle defense game that I would want to play instead of another castle defense game that has done the same thing but better. But then again, I don't play very many castle defense games. And goodness, it's just font. Everything's just font. There's no logo anywhere. Deadeye Defender is just red font. So, it feels like there wasn't really an artist on board with this development. It's probably just a one-person developer, which is probably true, right? Because a game by Ashwin K, right? One person did all this. That's fine. But there are things to think about, I guess. So anyway, I'm done with this. Wait, I have 500 experience again? Wait. Why do I have 500 experience again? Can I buy something else? I can buy fire arrows. Okay, I did not get 500 experience that last game, but I just had it again. So there is some definite programming issue. There's some sort of like something's looping, something's not recording, something's not ending. So that's definitely something to think about, because I did not have 500 experience again. I should not have had 500 experience again, but I did. And I don't know. Anyway, we're done with that for now. Maybe I'll come back to it. So, what's next? What's next? Turn that off. Display capture back on. And library. Okay, I have 3 other games that I want to play. I'm saving this Mokou's Quest for last because that's the one that actually seems the most interesting to me personally. I am going to go to Dungeon Hopper next, which is a game that is still in prototype, right? Description reads, Dungeon Hopper is a prototype to an in development, there should be a space there, that's not one word, puzzle game. Collect fragments to unlock the treasure boxes. Collect them to move on to the next level. So we got some icons for our characters, a little GIF image of what the gameplay looks like. Randomly generated maps. Simple gameplay, offline single player only. I can't speak. Use your skills to complete dungeon levels before enemies get to you. So, immediately, I really like the fact that they've set up their game page to reflect the game itself. The text is in that old pixelated font, right? Because there's a very pixel-based game, right? There is a coherence in the design of their page and the game. I like that. I like that you've given me an image of the characters and enemies. I like that you've given me a GIF image of what the gameplay looks like. I don't even need to load like a demo trailer or anything like that. Gosh, you've given me a full spectrum of the different levels too. Cool. So, collect fragments to unlock treasure boxes, collect them to move on to the next level. Good. So now, it's good that I've read that. So I know what I'm doing. I just wonder now if playing the game is going to be as clear. Right? So let's see. Let's turn this back off. I forget which one this is going to be. I think it's going to be this one. Is that right? I don't think that's right. That's not the right one. Let's see. There we go. That's the right screen. That's the right screen indeed. Okay, Dungeon Hopper. See, here we go. Even though that's still a font, it looks like a It looks like a logo. It looks intentionally designed. I am not thrilled about the way that E looks. I hate that. E shouldn't drop down. I mean, I get the need for it because you can't make it look like an E otherwise, I think, but ugh, I don't like that. Could have made maybe everything just like 1 pixel higher, and I think that would have solved your problem for the E. Not important. Let's see what the gameplay looks like. Click and go. Okay, this is pretty quiet. I'm going to pull the volume up just a little bit. Okay, but hey, good news is 2 things. There's music. I like it. And I can't place it on any other game at all. Okay, so a few things I noticed at first. Everything has a little bit of animation to it, so that's nice. I like the I don't know, there's nothing that I don't like about this quite yet. It tells me what level I'm on. I've got a lock bar. I've got a reset button. I think that's what that is in the top corner. And I've got a sleepy enemy over there. So let's see what I do. How do I do this? Okay. Just by arrows. Not mouse. That's fine. Alright. Okay, so as I collect things, the bar goes down. Not only does the bar go down, but I get a nice little sound effect for everyone that I collect. Oh, geez. Okay, so... Okay. So... Whoa. Oh, man. This is nice. This has nice sound effects. Right? The sound of that chest opening. The shh. Actually, that sounded like it was a vocal sound effect. Which is okay. I won. Wait, what's the could I have gone back down the ladder if I wanted to? Anyway, bam. Okay. So, sleepy gray guy doesn't wake up until I go near him. Blue guy goes back and forth. I'm a little concerned about the hitboxes here. It seems like this guy should have killed me already. Oh, blue guy speeds up. I really gotta say, I really like the treasure chest. What? So I don't know if lose is supposed to have 2 O's because that says loose. You loose? Right? That should be probably 1 O unless you're trying to say you lose, right? And that it should probably be many more O's because loose is a word. Anyway, let's reset that. So it looks, oh God, wait. Wow. All right. So, small issue with the programming is that I can win and then be caught by a monster or enemy and then lose. But then it still records the fact that I won. It's just on screen, it's just a little bit confusing. Okay, so losing is losing. And that is resetting. Okay, so it appears that the map and the characters are all procedurally generated, right? It's random. Alright. Gray guy is sleepy until I go there. Blue goes in a very particular path until I change his direction. And then red guy just wanders. Okay, so I can't walk through a chest. That's fine. That acts as a wall. Whoa. The animation for walking into walls is a little wonky. Ooh. Okay, so hitboxes are a little bit strange. Everything seems to be based on squares and grids. So it's odd to me that the hitbox is like half. I don't know, it works. It works. I guess I'm just a little bit more cautious of getting hit than I should be. Okay. There are some things that I really enjoy about this. I'm losing right now because I'm paying attention to a whole bunch of things, but like the, I don't know, crystals or whatever it is that I'm collecting. Every time I collect one, the little lock at the top shakes. The pitch of the sound of me collecting them goes up. It actually does inspire some sense of like, oh shoot, like completion and interest and like things are happening. Shoot. I'm curious to know, cause it looks like based on that the game page. So, you know, this seems like a bad starting position. Anyway, it seems like based on your starting position, either you are more or less likely to win this. Because you could be surrounded by these guys or right next to them. And, oh man, you know, you gotta just get away from that thing. Ugh, all of these guys. No, I had one left. Alright. See, look at this. This is nonsense. They're gonna get me. They're going to get me. They should have gotten me. They didn't. So red guy actually chases me for a while. Blue guy only reacts when I get close, but he still moves around. And gray guy really only reacts when I get close. Oh, come on. So it is... The difficulty has gotten much, much higher. And I think that's intentional. And I also think that this is a demo. It's a prototype, right? It's like, hey, how is this game working? I think it's a little bit... I think the difficulty does ramp up quite a bit. Right? Maybe level 1 is like 1 gray guy. Level 2, maybe like 2 gray guys. Like the fact that by level 3 I have 3 different villains, enemies. A little bit much. Also, I don't know how to manipulate the enemies to like get away. I love that sound. I love that shh sound. Cool, I won. Level 4. Okay. So to me, this looks like the same deal as level 3. Whoops. I guess, I mean, the scale of the game hasn't changed, right? It's 6 by 6. And there are 4 walls and a chest. I should have counted how many walls are in the other one. Oh, shoot. I'm not sure how I feel about the fact that my character model always resets to facing right. If I move left, I want my guy to be facing left. That's very minor. I don't think anybody's really going to care about that, but I would like... I don't like that he just resets to right facing all the time. Ugh, how do I get out of this? Shoot. Okay, so this is very clearly random. Random where the box is, random where... Oof. So it's random where the chest is. It's random. Oh, this, see, all right. This is actually going to be impossible to do. Unless he fully removes himself from that hallway and never enters it again. Oh, see, like that was, oh, come on. I can't, I can't win this one. Oh, boy. Also, that movement I was trying to say earlier, that movement stopping because of I'm walking into a wall, pretty wonky. Hilarious, pretty wonky. So it does appear that this random generation... Wait a minute, there are 2, 3, 4, 5... There are 6 walls now. Were there 6 walls in the last one? Am I stupid? Did I just not pay attention to this? Oh, red guy gets... Does red guy get faster? Do they all get faster? I don't know. I think the one problem that I'm seeing with this game is that I'm having difficulty trying to develop a strategy. I know randomly generated, like, everything's is kind of like a big deal, right? That's kind of like the way of games now. Ugh. But it's difficult to develop a strategy, because this is very much so like a puzzle game. But it's hard to... Because that was like, okay, see, that one was impossible to get around, because I had a red guy up here, and the blue guy down here, and then they swarmed me. I think this is probably, if we're gonna keep this game random, I think it would be, oh no, see that I gotta run immediately. See, the good news is that it gives you, I like that it gives you 3 seconds to like look at the map and see where you are and decide like exactly how you need to do it. Oh, see, this one is actually impossible. This one is actually impossible. I physically cannot get those 2 things up there because it's blocked by a wall and the chest. So that's no good. So all right, issues with being random. There should be a, I don't know much about programming at this point. I mean, there should probably be a way to prevent inaccessible areas, right? See, that guy got, oh no. What I am curious about is what makes this level 4 compared to the other one being level 3. Because, I mean, it is more difficult, but I can't put my finger on why. Like, the number of walls isn't consistent. The number of enemies and the color of the enemies did not change from 3 to 4. Okay, so the good thing about the gray guy is I can lead him away. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Dang it. I can lead the gray guy away. Oh man. I feel like there's not enough space. Ugh. This is difficult. I'm having fun though. I am actually enjoying it. It is a light sort of experience. You know, it's not heavy or too demanding. I mean, maybe demanding was an intention at one point for this game. Oh no, I was doing well on that one. It's disappointing. Also, whoops. I don't know if anybody has joined the chat. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know if anybody has joined the chat at all or has said anything to me. I just pulled it up. Doesn't look like it. But if anybody does pop in, which is unlikely because this is my first stream and because I didn't announce it anywhere. I also don't even know if I have a title for this. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, I don't know if I, it says I'm streaming. But anyway, like I said, I'm new to this, so I really, really very new. Actually, while that says that I'm loose, let me go check some settings on my dashboard. Oh, I can add stream markers. Oh, shoot. That would have been nice to know. Oh, well. I'll figure that out next time. Oh, for the next game, I'll put on another marker or something. Title. Oh, I don't have a title. Let me type that in. New indie games from itch.io. Tags. Can I do indie? Indie? No. Oh, because these are going to be like American football. Itch? No. Independent. No. Tags don't really work for that. What about category? Indie. Independent. Dance. Nope. Itch. Itchy and scratchy itch. I don't know. Alright. Forget the categories for now, I guess. Forget the categories. Don't worry about it. Anyway, back to this game. I really want to beat level 4. I don't know how many... Oh, I'm dead. I'm already dead. Oh, I'm not already dead. Oh. Okay. I want to beat level 4. And I think that's a good thing. Because I want to beat level 4. This isn't just like, hey, I'm streaming. I should probably do my damnedest to stream each game for a set amount of time. Like, I want to beat level 4. Oh, man, that top corner is going to be hard. Especially since that. Because it's basically a circle, so that seems like this is a little bit more doable. Oh, it's not a circle. Oh, I can't... See, alright, there's a problem I'm having. I want to be able to get around that chest. I can walk over this, pressing up and down on the... Because that's like where I came from, right? So I'm going up, I guess, in this tower? I don't think he got me. I don't think he got me on that one. I just don't. Oh, here we go. Here's another impossible one because I can't get that one ahead of the, above the chest. So there is an issue with the amount. There is some issue with the parameters of this random generation. Okay, so this one is looking okay for the moment. Okay, never mind. I want you to get over this way, brother. Okay. I need you to chase me away from this. Okay, not cool. I'm getting the hang of this. I can kind of pull... I know how to pull the gray guy away. The blue guy is a little bit... Oh, shoot. Blue guy is not nice. He's a little bit... He's a little bit something. Can't think of the word for it. Oh, dang, dang, dang. Dip dang Daru. I don't know. I think I'm going to give this not much more time. Because I want to beat this game. I do want to beat level 4. But I think maybe the fact that it is this difficult is something that would be useful to the developer to know as well. I don't know who the developer is based... I mean, I could go to the screen again. Oh, no, no, no. Well, you know what? It's okay that you're here. There you go. You're stuck down there. Perfect. Okay, I really just... There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I think... Does this just keep going on forever? Also, I just hate that it says loose. I hate that it says loose. I don't think there's any need for, like, the narrative irony of many O's. So, I think just making it say lose is probably just totally fine. So does this just go on forever? So level 1 and 2 are the ones that were very clearly tutorial-esque, in that I got one new enemy at a time. So levels 1 through 3 were very tutorial-esque. Wow. Wow, that was way easier. Okay, so it doesn't seem like there's any obvious difference between levels 3 through infinity. So I'm gonna get out of here. I don't know how I get out of here. There's no exit button. There's no menu button. Okay, yeah, so there's an issue. We need a menu. We definitely need a menu. Or a way to... Nope, those buttons don't want to do anything for me. Alright, so I guess I'll just close the window then. Okay. So, that's fine. I liked that game. I actually did. It was simple. It was easy to get the hang of. I'm not sure I'm thrilled about like the random elements of it, because it does create some impossible situations. Probably more than I was expecting, actually. And I don't know. It's hard to develop a strategy based on something that random, especially when my options are so limited. Right? Like procedurally generated games that, like, gosh, there's so many now. I don't know how I want to define that. I feel like with a game that is so very grid based and small, and the fact that you have it determined by levels, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, level 6, infinity, I feel like there should be a little bit more obvious upscaling and difficulty, or it should be less random and more intentionally designed. But then again, that would be a little bit more difficult with the AI that you have set up for your enemies, right? Otherwise, you have to change the way that your AI functions, right? Because you could have a perfectly designed level that is totally destroyed or ruined by the random element of your enemy's movement. I don't know. something to think about, I guess. I enjoy it for what it is. It could be better, but it's in development, and that's fine. The aesthetics are fine. I got no problem with the aesthetics. They're not bad. I mean, they're not wonderful. I mean, I don't have any sense of place, right? I just know that I'm in some sort of tower. I'm assuming a tower for whatever reason because the ladder says I'm going up. A chest, right? It's a fantasy type element. It's a thing that shows up in games a lot, in fantasy games specifically. So all I get out of this is fantasy tower, right? So there's no like sense of place in the aesthetics. The crystals dancing back and forth and the music give me like more of like a sci-fi feel or more of a high-tech feel, which is fine. I think there's an imbalance there. It doesn't really quite match the aesthetics, or maybe it does, and you can just change the chest to, I don't know, something else, right? Because I'm not exactly sure why a lock on a chest opens with crystals. I'm not okay, right? Because the ladder and the chest are the only like fantasy elements. The crystals and the music make me think sci-fi, and the characters themselves just look like normal people, right? My guy looks like the main character just looks like a dude in a shirt. The other guys look like angry people, angry zombies. They're colored, right? So that's they're villainous, but that's all I know. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. That's gonna be the that will be what I do for that one. So hey, maybe I can do a stream marker for the next game that starts up here. So like I said, let's go ahead and turn my desktop capture back on. Bam. Okay. Okay, so I have 2 left, and I've got a little bit more than a half hour before I need to wrap this up. So I've got a narrative story made through Twine, and then I've got what looks like a platformer, a pixelized platformer. So I'm going to go with a platformer. Maybe I'll do the... I don't know. Maybe I'll do the hotel conversations next week. But either way, I'm going to do Mokou's quest. So, join Mokou as she ventures through to defeat whoever is causing this incident. So immediately I'm getting the sense that this was made by a non-native English speaker, or at least they didn't proofread, which is fine. It's just, I'm imagining maybe dialogue or instructions are going to be a little bit sporadic. Even with Mokou's infinite life, she has to kill enemies and burn objects to refill her life force. The controls are arrow keys to move, A, jump, S, attack, Q, dash. Burning objects and enemies refills life. Down and attack stomps in the air and ground. Holding down without jumping moves the camera down. If you die, quickly defeat enemies or burn things to come back to life. Okay, so cool. I wonder how much of that is going to be explained in the game versus me just reading the description. I hope a little bit more than that. So anyway, let me turn off my display capture. Turn off that. Turn on what will be the window for Mokou's quest, and I will add a new stream marker. Bam. So, at this point, we are going to be starting to play Mokou's quest. Okay, and then that looks okay. Cool. Good. Press start. What is start? I don't remember what start was. Oh, things are happening. I can't believe Yukari threw me down here. Okay. Where's my fireball? Fireball. Do I do that with my leg? Jump. Wow, that's a tall jump. What was Q? Dash. Down. I can dash in air. The controls are a little weird. I'm not sure why jump and dash are Q, A and Q. What? What in the world? What in the... Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Oh, I'm a ghost. Wait. Oh, criminy. All right. So that really, really sets the... I don't have any time. Oh my god, I don't have any time at all. All to fix her problems. So Yukari sent me down here to fix her problems. Is that an enemy? Can I jump on you? Is this bad? What? Uh-huh. Okay, so the spores hurt me. But it says I can... Oh, I'm dead again. So is this not an enemy? This is not an enemy. I don't think this is an enemy. Goodness. Okay, wait. Let me go. Okay, hold on. Let me read this description again. A is jump, S is attack, Q is dash. See, I would have preferred that D be dash. Why is Q dash? It's above the jump button. I'm not happy about that. Okay, down and attack. Stomps. Okay. Down and attack stomps. That's fine. She said something about my infinite. Okay, interestingly, I get new dialogue options every time I die. Okay. Okay, so this is just not an enemy. Okay. Uh-huh. There we go. Okay. Life keeping me from dying. Really? It took you that long to... Okay. It took a full screen for her to finish that sentence. So, I mean... Interesting. Okay. I read the description of this game when I downloaded it, before I downloaded it. Number one, I've got a soft spot for pixelated platformers. So it looked interesting to me, just based on like the screenshot I saw. And the mechanics seemed interesting. That I keep dying, but I can regain health by killing enemies. So that told me that this is a very fast-paced game. Right? Like, there's not really any time to think. You just kind of have to go. Okay. Did that prevent me from dying anymore? Oh, come on. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, okay. Okay, what is this nonsense? Alright, so mushrooms are bad, but they're not enemies that I can kill. Okay. A floating stalagmite there. Okay. I mean, the spikes are well designed. I know that they will hurt me. I like that I can kill trees. I don't quite understand why. What is this? Oh, okay. Oh, I can jump twice? You didn't tell me that. Okay. So I'm in... Alright, so what do I want to say about this game? Okay, wait, hold on. That's a really big double jump. Okay, so why would I need to dash? Okay. Oops. Stop. Alright, so red mushrooms just hurt me. Purple mushrooms reverse my controls. Whoops. Oh, God. Okay, whoops. Oh, there's an issue. So if the effect actually carries over through my reset. Not intentional. I don't think the developer planned on somebody like hitting reset so quickly that it held on to your reverse control setting. I'm not really keeping... Okay, so problem. Slime is not affected by my projectile. It is affected by my kick, though. Why am I kicking from my... I don't need to be here. Okay. Wait. Why... It's not a really convincing death icon. Like the damage icon, not icon, the damage sprite is the same thing as the being dead sprite. I don't like that. Let's just take for a moment a look at the graphics. This reminds me a lot of Cave Story. The level design reminds me of Cave Story. Number one, the fact that we are in a cave. Number two, that like the shading on the graphics, the shading on the tiles, those spikes for sure. All very much... Wow. Calm down. All very much Cave Story. Yes. Am I dead already? What in the world? Oh, God, this is... Wait, okay. How much time do I have? Okay, so the dots are going down. So every time the... Do I lose anything if I attack? Wait, also, why does it go from red to blue? I don't know. I don't understand why. Oh! Once I lose all my dots, my hearts just immediately are gone. Oh, you know what? Okay, going backwards here. When the dialogue, when she said, you know, here I am solving whatever her name is problem, she said something about my infinite life that keeps me from dying, right? That was like 4 different dialogues from this character. And it looks like they were set up to... It looks like they were set up to load upon entering a new screen. Like progression, right? Like as you progress through the level, she talks more and explains more. But it also looked like every time I restart the game, it thought I entered a new screen and then continued the conversation that way. I don't know if that's intentional or not. I doubt it, but whatever. So anyway, I gotta keep an eye on those dots. Okay, okay, killing her gave me 2 dots. Okay, stop that. I don't know how many dots though. Oh shoot. Hmm. Okay. So, I'm getting a few different vibes from this game. Number one, Cave Story. Number two, I'm getting a little bit of Celeste, right? Because of the jumping and the dashing mechanics. The fact that you've got... Oh, gosh. You got spikes pretty much everywhere. I'm a little confused about what the difference is between, like, white fireballs and, like, red ones. I don't really see a difference. Okay. Can I get back in my body? Can I get back in my body? Can I get back in my body? Nope. How do I get back in my body then? What's the point of me being a ghost if I can't kill somebody and get back in my body? How many things do I need to kill? Ouch. What the? Okay. Uh-huh. Wait a minute. I got my body back. How did I get my body back? How did I get my body back? I have no idea how I got my body back. Does that get me my... Does that help? No, it doesn't help. I have no idea how I got my body back. Wait, does this... Okay, does that get... Okay. Okay. So damaging a purple one gets some health back. That's good to know. I wish I knew that earlier. Oh, come on. So, can I continue to... Alright, so no, only the first time, it looks like. Wait, do I get... I get health from burning everything! Oh. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I don't get anything for damaging that mushroom, though. Whoops. Oh, come on. What the... Hello. So, okay, so that's not just an aesthetic thing. That's, Is there a secret here? A secret! But there's nothing. Anyway. What the? Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to... Okay, so you see, that's definitely giving me a Celeste vibe. So I'm seeing two huge inspirations here. That's going to be Cave Story. That's going to be Celeste. Okay. Man. That would have been nice to know. I think you know what? I probably read that about burning trees and bushes and things. But you know what? don't think I should have to read like the game's like product page. Okay. To like understand the controls. Does that not work? Hello. Come on. Okay. I don't understand. I mean, it's good. That first screen is probably the best, right? It's got plants. It's got both versions of mushrooms. It's got spikes. That first screen is a great tutorial. Kind of a great tutorial. Oh, shoot. It's kind of a good tutorial. It could be better. The problem is there's no explanation of how any of these things work. If I didn't read the description on the website, the download page, I would have no idea what I'm doing. So that just hurts me. Wow, that has got some reach on it. Gosh. Okay. I don't understand how, I really don't know how to get my body back. The only thing I can assume is that if I got all of those like red spheres underneath my health, if I got all of those back, then I could get my body back. Alright, so developer. Several things that I'm confused about. Number one, we need a more structured tutorial level that introduces us to what the heck is going on here with a little bit more clarity. Oh, okay. Okay, I got my body back, and I think that's exactly what I said. I just got all of the spheres. Where did you go? Slime. Okay. Alright, so I think I'm doing a little bit better now. I don't think that's fair. That's not a really fair introduction to this level. Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh man, there's no room for like I'm wondering if okay, that room is ridiculous. There's nothing to indicate direction or what's safe or what's not. Like, those spikes are like giving off those like floating X's, which is perfect. It tells me, hey, there are spikes down there. There's no confusion about that. Like, that will hurt me, and I know it. Even if I don't see the spikes, I can see the floating X's. I know there are spikes down there that will hurt me. That is good. That's really good. I'm happy that that's there. But that room, it tells me nothing. The room tells me nothing about what direction I need to be going, what direction I shouldn't be going, what's safe, what's not safe. Whoops. What? How did you hurt me? Oh, come on. Alright. I don't know if maybe part of my problem here is the fact that I am playing this with a keyboard. Actually, you know what? I wonder. Hold on. Let me turn this on. Okay, so that's connected. Nope. Controller does not work. No controller support. Okay. I feel like that's an oversight. Oh shoot, I'm just gonna be dead. It's fine, just kill me. It's a platformer game. I can't imagine. I can't imagine that this would be difficult to have controller support for. Then again, I did beat Cave Story many times with just the keyboard controls, but that game was much nicer about explaining things, even though the game got very, very difficult later on. So yeah, there's no explanation. Like, there's no explanation for the mechanics. Don't like that. The music is okay. I can't tell if it's from anything, which is good. So that means either you made it, or you took a resource that I'm not totally familiar with. Or you use like free resources, which is totally fine. Does it fit the aesthetic of the game? I guess it fits the aesthetic. I'm a little unhappy about like the collision with those spikes, if we're gonna be totally honest. I can't kill the bats. That I just like. The ghosts do it too. Okay. Not thrilled about the collision with the spikes. The ones on the floor, that's fine. That's my fault. The ones on the wall, if I hit the wall just below it, I still get hurt, and I'm not happy about that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm enjoying it. It's fun for what it is. The controls, I guess, are responsive enough, right? I mean, the sprite animations are appropriate. There's definitely a few frames missing from my upward momentum to downward momentum. Like, that hair just goes immediately up to down, right? There could be like a transition animation there. That's probably the only thing I've seen so far. That's a good enemy animation. That's a good enemy animation. The flying, like, ladies that shoot things, it looks like they only have 2 animations, so I'm not sure how that works. The ghosts, the ghosts seem okay. Just get out of here. I'm not thrilled about the fact that I can't hurt the slimes. See, that shouldn't hurt me. I hit the wall. Okay, got my health back somehow. Okay. Okay, well, that was about the furthest I've gotten, so that's alright. Alright, that's something. Okay. Alright, maybe I'll play this game a little bit and see if, like, the dialogue increases and, like, they tell me more once I get past a certain point. Maybe I'll pick this up a little bit next week and see if I could, progress at all. But if it takes me another hour to get this far, probably not. I think this is, you know, after, like, I don't know, 40-ish? No, wait a minute, what time is it? Whatever. I've been playing for like 23 minutes or something like that. I think that's pretty decent for this one. I know I spent more time on some of the other games. I wasn't sure how to time this out. But that's okay. You know, it's my first stream. It's my first time doing this, so it's fine. So I'm gonna close this. And let's see here. All right. So that should probably just do it for me today then. I will send once I upload this to YouTube, I'm gonna go ahead and send out a like a message to maybe some of those developers so that they can see what I've done and what I've talked about. Maybe it'll help them. Maybe they disagree with everything that I say. That's fine as well. If you are a developer and you've watched this, you know, I hope I was helpful. You know, I'm learning things about games by doing this, and I hope you are learning things from the perspective of somebody who's playing your game for the first time. Hopefully I have been objective enough to help you. If it sounds like anything I was saying was just complaining, then, you know, hopefully I can get better at that next week. But anyway, that should do it for me today. I will be streaming again next week, Sunday, my time at 10 a.m., West Coast time 8 a.m. And, all right. Have a good day, everybody.